we're going to start setting up the client side. So we are setting up the React application. This is the presentation layer that lets us work with this application where we can create employee records. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the MERN directory, and in there we have currently a subdirectory called client that came from GitHub. And we're going to rename this to get it out of the way temporarily, because we're going to create a new client directory when we install React. So we're going to just do a rename on client, and let's call it client from GitHub just to make it clear what it is. I'll just say client from Git. We're going to end up copying a portion from client from Git into client. And then we're going to be following the instructions in the tutorial more or less, but I'm going to show you like a more efficient way of doing it, because they have you entering all these commands or editing all these files by hand, but we have them in the Git version. So we're just going to really be copying them out of the Git version. So it's similar instructions, but a little bit simpler. The very first thing we're going to do is we are going to install React. And they created the React client. They created it in the beginning of this document. It's telling you how to do it, but we didn't. So we're going to create it right now with the create React command. So we're just going to change, whoops. Yeah, we're going to be right here. And we're going to say create -react app client. And it is not found, because we can't just say create React app. We have to give it the npx command. So we tell npx that we want to create React app client, and that's going to go through a set of installations, and that'll take a bit. You can see that it has created the client directory, and now it's starting to populate it with pieces. You can see it's installing React DOM. Okay, that has completed. So we're going to do some shuffling around of files now. We're going to go to client, which was just set up. Here it is here. And we're going to go under client, and we're going to go into source, and we're going to throw away all of these files that it installed. And instead, we're going to copy the ones out of the GitHub version of it. Okay, so I will select them all and delete them. And then I'm going to go up to GitHub and copy the source there and paste it in place. So I got to go up a bit. Decline from Git. I'm just going to grab the source there. Copy those, and I'm going to go back. Under client, under source, and I'm going to put those in place. This contains the React user interface presentation layer for this employee application that we're using as our example. Okay, we have to install 2 more components before this will hopefully work. So we are going to add BootStrap, and we're going to add the React router. When we install these 2 components, we want to do it inside the client directory. So we're inside the client directory, and we can install them both at once using the np command. So np and np install, and we can give it the 2 component names, BootStrap and React router DOM. And we are, just to review, we are currently just doing the NPM audit fix force to see if it can clean up these issues. Okay, just to review the last couple of commands that we did, we completed the install of BootStrap and React Router DOM, and then the next thing we did was an MP audit fix just to clean up some issues that it found. Okay, so that finished up, and so we can see if our client is up and running and everything is working. Now, prior to this, we had the server running, but if you don't have the server running or you got interrupted, you do need the server portion running as well. So we need the client portion running under client, and we need the server portion running under server. Okay, we're checking to make sure the server is running. We should be under, we should have a command prompt window, whatever. And we're under the server directory, and we've said node server.js, so that's up and running. Ignore that one document deleted. Business, that's something I was doing. And then on this other window where we are running, we've been working on the client, and we've just finished the NPM audit fix, which took a while to do. When that's done, the next thing you want to do is you want to start up the client, and you're going to say, and I did it a moment ago, you're going to say npm start, and then it's going to start up. Just to be clear how you're supposed to start up the client, you would go into your client directory and you would type in npm start, and that would get your client going. And when it's done starting up, it's automatically going to pop up a browser tab or a browser, and it's going to run the application. If it doesn't come up automatically, you could always bring up a browser by yourself and see the site. But one should really come up automatically. And when I did it, this is what I saw here. This sample application is just entering records and storing in the database, so it's kind of a good example. So we're going to try it out. We're going to hit create record. You can see in the lower right down here, watch there when I hover on create record, it's showing you the path it's going to hit the server with, our local server that's running. It's 3000/create, and that create is telling our application that, hey, somebody wants to create a new employee. So I'm going to hit create, and it shows this page up. This page is being served up by React, and I can put in a name. I'll just put in my name or whatever, and I'll say software developer senior, and we hit create, and it has created me as a record. So if you reach this point, congratulations, you have your first sample MERN application running.